We measured life in distant skylines, drawing futures on apartment walls. Every promise looked immortal before we learned how seasons fall. We spoke in maps that had no endings, believing every road stayed bright. But years of their own quiet gravity, pulling daylight into different nights. The clocks never hurried us, they simply kept moving until we noticed we had changed. We grew older than our dreams, watching tomorrow arrive wearing someone else's face. Every plan became another photograph left between unfinished chapters. Maybe growing up was never losing hope. Maybe it was learning that hope changes its shape. Coffee cool beside the window, while another spring became the past. We stopped counting all the birthdays and started measuring what didn't last. Some ambitions found new owners, some remained where they began. Not every mountain waits forever for the footsteps of one person. Stopped asking when everything changed, because change had already become the weather. We grew older than our dreams, yet every sunrise still arrived without apology. The future never looked the way we imagined, but somehow enough sky for another horizon to appear. If we met the people we promised to become, would they recognize the lives we're living now? Or would they smile knowing every detour was another way of arriving? We grew older than our dreams, but not beyond the chance to begin again. The map may never return to what it was, yet these roads still carry the weight of every step that brought us here. Dreams don't always disappear. Sometimes they simply wait until we become someone who can finally understand them. Stacked tomorrow like old blueprints, certain every wall would stand. Every nail held borrowed confidence, every window faced the plans I had. I believed that staying faithful could persuade the world to stay. But foundations shift without permission, long before they drift away. I never heard the first crack, only noticed how empty the rooms had become. Everything I built learned to leave, one piece at a time, without a warning. Every doorway became another distance I couldn't close. I kept reaching for the life I thought I'd finished, while the wind kept teaching every home how to disappear. The photographs kept fading slowly, though no one touched the paper frames. Even familiar corners changed without bothering to change their names. I carried keys to places that no longer opened anything. Sometimes endings arrive quietly, already living inside beginnings. I stopped asking what I had lost and wondered who I had become. Simply change its address. If nothing was meant to last, why did it feel so real while I was building it? Maybe the beauty was never in keeping it, but in becoming someone who dared to build again. Everything I built learned to leave, but not everything was taken. The hands that carried the weight are still here. The heart that survived the empty rooms still knows how to begin before the walls can rise again. Maybe nothing was ever ours except the courage to keep building after everything learned to leave. I wore tomorrow like a tailored jacket, stitched from everything I used to know. Every thread believed the future would fit the shape I chose. But mirrors have an honest language, they never speak until you stare. One familiar face kept disappearing while another slowly settled there. I couldn't tell when the change began, only that the stranger learned my smile I could no longer be. I kept reaching for yesterday's reflection, while today kept learning my hands better than I did. Stairs remembered every footprint, though I climb them differently now. The room still answered to my footsteps, but nothing echoed quite the same. I kept old conversations folded inside the pockets of my coat, not because I needed them, but because they once carried me home. I stopped asking who I had been, and wondered who this life was teaching me to become. The weight of becoming someone else, never asked for permission. Every season removed another layer. I thought I couldn't live without, until I found another heartbeat beneath it. If the person I used to be stood beside me now, would they grieve what disappeared? Or would they finally understand that growing sometimes means outliving your own expectations? The weight of becoming someone else grew lighter the moment I stopped carrying the life that never happened. I'm not who I imagined I would become, but maybe that's the only reason I'm still becoming. We don't always lose ourselves. Sometimes we outgrow the person who first taught us how to dream. The morning found me half awake, wearing routines I never chose. Every hallway knew my footsteps better than I knew my own. I filled the hours with obligations, mistaking motion for a flame. Another sunset crossed the window without asking what became. I counted days like loose change, never noticing how expensive they had become. I mistook survival for living, breathing deeply without ever arriving. Every tomorrow looked exactly like yesterday, wearing different clothes. I wasn't falling, I wasn't flying, I was simply forgetting. There was more than getting through. gathered on forgotten notebooks filled with plans that never aged. The words were waiting patiently while I became too busy to read the page. The walls remembered every calendar, every promise marked in ink. Yet nothing changed because I hoped to change the day I stopped to think. The mirror never judged me, it only waited until I finally looked long enough. I mistook survival for living, holding on to habits that no longer held me. Every breath kept proving I was alive, but something deeper had gone unnoticed for years. If no one had asked whether I was happy, would I have ever known the difference between existing and being here? Maybe the loudest prison is the one that sounds exactly like ordinary life. Until one ordinary morning felt too small to contain the life I still wanted. I don't need a perfect future, only enough courage to stop confusing a heartbeat with a life fully lived. Surviving kept me alive. Living finally taught me why. The pavement wore familiar colors, but every corner felt renamed. I followed intersections faithfully until they no longer answered the same. Streetlights leaned across the asphalt, drawing questions in fading gold. Even the compass in my pocket pointed somewhere it never told. I wasn't lost all at once. The distance arrived, one unnoticed turn at a time. The roads that forgot my direction still carry the sound of my wheels every mile. Remembered someone I could know. Crossed another version of the person I left behind. The skyline never looked unfamiliar, only farther than I could define. The radio found empty frequencies where old songs used to survive. Some destinations disappear long before we stop the drive. I stopped asking where I belonged and wondered where the belonging was ever a place. The roads that forgot my direction never asked who I had been. Every horizon opened quietly, then folded into another beginning. Maybe maps were never meant to rescue us, only to show how far we'd come. If I returned to every place I once called home, would they recognize the person standing there? Or does every journey leave behind a traveler who can never walk back the same way? The roads that forgot my direction were never trying to lose me. They were teaching what no straight line ever could. Sometimes the only way forward is through a place with no name. Perhaps the road never forgot me. Perhaps it was waiting for me to stop asking where it led and start discovering who I was while walking it. I crossed the distance without looking back, believing every mile meant something more. Every summer I signed another promise I carried deeper than before. The skyline slowly came into focus, like a story I had always known. But every step grew strangely lighter, as if the ending wasn't home. I thought the answer would recognize me. Instead, it wore an unfamiliar face. Nothing waited where I arrived. No celebration, no missing piece, only the sound of everything I had imagined falling gently out of reach. I chased the future until I found it, standing empty beneath an open sky. Sometimes the longest journey ends with a different question. The doors were standing wide before me, yet none of them remembered why. lived inside my thinking, never existed outside my mind. Every expectation traveled with me, heavier than every suitcase packed. I never noticed all the living hidden somewhere along the tracks. Perhaps arrival wasn't missing. Perhaps I had mistaken distance for meaning. Nothing waited where I arrived. Only another morning asking nothing from me. Every dream looked smaller, held in my hands than it ever did. From far away, maybe hope was never a destination at all. What if the point was never to arrive? What if every version of tomorrow only existed to keep us moving? And maybe that's enough. Nothing waited where I arrived, yet everything had changed inside me. The road had taken more than time, and it quietly reshaped the person who kept walking. I searched for a destination, but found a different way to carry my own life. Nothing waited where I arrived, because the journey had been waiting inside me all along. Every street still knew the daylight, every window caught the rain, but nothing wore the shape it carried when I first walked through that place. The corner cafe kept its tables, the old train still arrived on time. Only the person who remembered them had been left somewhere behind. Some doors never close, they simply open to someone we no longer are. The places I couldn't return to weren't lost, they just kept living without me. Every doorway held another lifetime. I could still remember but never reach. Sometimes distance isn't measured in miles, it's measured in who we've become. The park where autumn used to gather, still scattered gold beneath the trees. Children laughed like nothing changed, while memory walked beside the leaves. I trace familiar conversations written softly across the air. Not because I hope they'd answer, only because they once were there. I stopped asking whether home still existed and wondered if home had always been a moment instead. The places I couldn't return to never asked why I left. They carried on with ordinary mornings while I carried extra years inside my chest. Every goodbye kept growing long after the words were gone. If I stood exactly where my younger self once dreamed, would hope recognize the eyes looking back, or would it smile, knowing even unfinished journeys still become alive? That leaving changes both the traveler and the road. I'll never walk those mornings the same way again, but every step still leads somewhere inside me. We spend years trying to find our way back, then one day we realize the place we've been searching for only exists inside. The person who used to believe we'd never leave. I packed tomorrow into cardboard boxes labeled with words I couldn't keep. Every room still held my footsteps, but none of them belonged to me. The walls remembered every version I kept trying to outgrow. Every mirror wore a stranger long before I chose to go. I wasn't chasing something better, I was escaping someone I no longer knew. I left before I could become me, before the pages learned my story, before the skyline called me home. I traded certainty for open distance, hoping somewhere between goodbye and sunrise I would finally recognize my own reflection. Every suitcase carried questions heavier than shirts and shoes. I folded hope between the fabric like something fragile not to lose. The station clock kept moving onward without asking where I'd land. Sometimes leaving is the only language the heart can understand. I thought the future was a destination, until I learned it was a decision made every day. I left before I could become me, not because the road was calling, but because the life behind me had forgotten who I was. Every mile removed another layer, until fear could no longer wear my face. What if becoming was never waiting at the end of the journey? What if it was hidden inside every step I almost didn't take? I left before I could become me, yet somewhere between unfamiliar mornings and endless horizons, I stopped searching for permission. I'm still unfinished, still uncertain, still learning how to carry a life that finally feels like mine. Maybe the bravest thing I ever did wasn't leaving, it was believing that the person I had never met was still waiting somewhere ahead. I've lived inside 1,000 mornings, each believing they would last. Every doorway closed behind me, without asking what stayed back. There are jackets hanging somewhere in the seasons I outgrew, still carrying the scent of someone I no longer knew. I thought I was leaving places behind. I never noticed parts of me stayed too. Some versions of me never came home. They're still standing at forgotten stations, waiting for trains that never returned. I kept walking through tomorrow while yesterday held the pieces I couldn't carry any farther. The city kept its evening windows glowing like familiar stars. Someone laughed beneath those street lights, the way I used to after dark. Every photograph remembers more than paper ever should. Even smiling has a language only yesterday understood. Time didn't take everything, it simply left different pieces in different places. Some versions of me never came home. One stayed inside unfinished dreams. One still believes love can outweigh distance. Another never left that crowded room where hope was still young enough to trust tomorrow. If I gathered every version I've abandoned through the years, would they recognize the person still walking toward the horizon? Or would they smile knowing none of us were meant to survive unchanged? Some versions of me never came home, and maybe they were never supposed to. They became the price of growing. Every goodbye left someone behind, so someone else could keep moving. I don't miss who I used to be. I miss how easily they believed the world would stay the same. If you ever feel like part of you never made it back, maybe that's because every life is built from the people we used to be, and the ones we had to leave behind. I stood where all my maps surrendered, watching daylight fold into the hills. Every answer lost its edges, every dream learned stronger winds. The skyline wore another color than the one inside my mind. I chased horizons for so long, I never saw what walked beside. The future never changed all at once. It arrived one ordinary morning at a time. Every tomorrow looked different from here. Every horizon moved the closer I came. Every ending opened another question I never knew I needed. Maybe hope was never seeing farther. Maybe it was learning to keep walking without knowing. Old ambitions filled the rear view, smaller with every passing mile. I stopped measuring my life against the promises of younger eyes. The wind carried unfamiliar names, none of them belonged to fear. For the first time in forever, time I didn't need everything to be clear. I let uncertainty sit beside me until it stopped feeling like a stranger. Every tomorrow looked different from here, not because the world had changed, but because I finally allowed it to. Every sunrise arrived without instructions, yet somehow it still knew where to begin. What if certainty was never the destination? What if the beauty of tomorrow was that it refused to become today too soon? Every tomorrow looked different from here, and maybe that's the gift I kept overlooking. I don't need every answer before the journey begins. I only need the courage to greet another morning with open hands and an open heart. I spent years trying to predict the future. Now I'd rather meet it one sunrise at a time.